They're the first images of the soccer team together again, no longer huddled on that rocky ledge, but side by side in hospital beds. Some waved for the cameras while overjoyed relatives looked on from behind a protective barrier because they're still in isolation. The video was released as part of a massive marathon news conference that gave a clearer picture of just what crews were up against. We had to work fast, this Thai Navy SEAL says, because we didn't know when the water would come in. At the start, it was rising by 8 centimeters an hour. The Thai Navy SEALs had never navigated a flooded, dark cave before, and the divers were out of contact for hours at a time. It was very stressful for me and my team, he says, because we didn't know if they would come back alive. And one didn't. Even after the boys were discovered, it was still a dangerous operation. Salman Gunan died while setting up oxygen canisters. That very real risk was why officials are so grateful for the expert divers who stepped in to help. It was a pair from the UK that was able to swim further into the cave and find the team in the first place. When the English diver got there, he says, the kids were running to see him.
How many of you? 13. Brilliant.
Only one in the group spoke English, 14-year-old Salman. His teachers always stress the importance of learning languages, and Salman speaks 4. His parents are from an unrecognized state in Myanmar, and he came to Thailand alone to go to school. Like 80% of the students here, he's an ethnic minority and stateless, but celebrated by his classmates. He's kind and helpful towards his friends, she says. He's hardworking and a diligent student. The school set up this display to honor him, and it includes handwritten notes that he'll be able to read when he finally returns. But for now, he remains with the rest of the team, spending time in close quarters for just a little longer. Briar Stewart, CBC News, Chiang Rai.
So as Briar mentioned, the one Thai boy who spoke English is stateless. That means he doesn't technically have a nationality or the paperwork when it comes to citizenship. The same applies to some of his teammates, their coach, and many others. Thousands have fled to northern Thailand from hill tribes and other ethnic groups around the Golden Triangle, a lawless wedge of land that bisects Thailand, Myanmar, and Laos. They're denied political refugee status, but are allowed to live in some areas with few rights. They aren't allowed to vote, own property, or work legally, nor do they have access to health care or a passport for travel. About 480,000 people in Thailand are stateless, according to the UN Refugee Agency, but some human rights groups claim the number could be as high as 3 million in a nation of nearly 70 million people.